Good day, guys. Well, it's been a long time. Maybe that's what I can say. Welcome to yet another episode of Outburst with Ohis. I'm excited to usher you into a brand new topic for today, and I have two amazing personalities, two people I know quite well. I've had one on Outburst with Ohis before, of course, he knows the journey. Today, we're going to be talking about the College of Agriculture, Igwariabi. We have talked about it on radio, we have talked about it everywhere else, but I do not think that we have elaborated on it quite satisfactorily or adequately because we want our viewing or our listening or watching public, viewing public to know everything about College of Agriculture Guaraki, how long it has been closed down, the hanky panky from the powers that be, the lecturers who are feeling aggrieved. Of course, they probably have the right to, and everything else. So, in order to spare you too much talk, without further ado, I would like to introduce two people I have today to spice up the occasion. Good afternoon, comrade Bobson Odige.
Good
Am I correct?
afternoon. Please, you are very correct.
All right. Good afternoon, comrade Imerian Martin.
Welcome.
All right. So, again, we're going to talk about College of Agriculture Igwariaki. We have already been aware of how things have panned out concerning the college, how it was closed down by the current leadership of the Edo State government, how things have turned maybe sorry for lecturers and students alike. So we would like people who are more informed to let the public know about the developments so far, the steps they have taken to make things right. So beginning from you, comrade Bobson Odige, you're also a pastor, if I'm correct.
Yeah, by the grace of God.
All right. So what will you say about College of Agriculture Igwariaki? Because I do not think I have quite had the discussion with you on a personal level, even though we have discussed via groups and platforms, but we haven't really had a personal discussion about College of Agriculture Igwariaki. So what do you think? Or what is your opinion about the development, considering the fact that you are one of the people who, of course, were how will I say it now? Can I say you were temporarily laid off
Yeah.
by the Edo State government? All right.
Thank you very much, sir. It's a pleasure to be here today for this exercise. Well, the college, before its closure by the state government, had experienced prosperity to some extent in the sense that the staffers there were able to meet up with the demands of educating the students who were in our custody in the place for the programs.
Who were under your tutelage?
Yeah, under our tutelage.
Because if you say custody,
Yeah.
it will be as if
Okay,
they
yeah.
were captured.
Thank you. Yeah. So they have been in our capacity with the facilities that were at our disposal,
provided
provided for
by
by the
government?
government.
Okay.
So we were able to prepare some who were qualified in the course of their study for NYSC. And the students actually found the place encouraging in the sense that the staffers there, the lecturers and the non-academic staff were up and doing. They were equal to the task. They were able to harness the available resources to see that their academic pursuits was satisfied. So the closure was actually something that was not expected by members of staff of the college.
You were not informed prior to the closure?
We weren't informed that it was going to be closed down to this extent that it is. So
For this lengthy period.
for this lengthy period, it's about 4 years now. So what I can say there is that the closure itself is something that I can describe as a huge stress. I will explain if given the privilege in the course of our discussion. I will explain what I mean by the fact that the closure of the college could be best described as a huge stress to the entire members who were affected.
Thank you very much, Comrade Pastor Bobson Odige. Comrade Marion Martin, I have had you on radio. It's very privileged and honored to, with all due respect. And I have really respected you from afar because you were always inundating us with messages, tirelessly, restlessly, in order for us to look into this matter, right? And after a critical analysis and investigation, by me and a few other well-meaning people, we came to the realization that you guys probably have a case. So what has been the impact of the closure on staff and students alike?
I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak more about the closed College of Agriculture, Igoraki and Aganibode campus. I want to say without...
Aganibode is like the annex.
Yes,
right?
I want to say without any fear of favor or without any equivocation that the closure did not go down well with any of the staff because of the fact that we took lecturing profession as our career and we wanted to grow in that profession. Because of that one, we're passionate about the job and we're doing programs. Some of us embark on MSc program. Some of the lecturers embarked on PhD program. Personal development. We were publishing because in academics, if you do not publish, there is a slogan that you will perish academically. Having put all these efforts, we were taken on aback that the government just in a day came and said the college the college is closed, that our services is no longer, or our services are no longer required in an established organization that has due process of terminating the workers' employment. The government did not pass through that process. It terminated our job, stopped our payment since August 8, 2018. January 18th. January 31st, 2018.
We have to be very specific with dates.
January 31st, January 2018. We have the college have been closed. We have not received a dime to date. Now, because of that, we couldn't progress in our future ambition of having a doctorate degree of our profession, because there is no finance to go further. There is no finance to publish. Even some of our children were pulled out of their own where they were going to school. We couldn't meet up with school fees for our children. You know what? The welfare of to the extent some of our staff died during the process just because they couldn't cater for their immediate needs. It's as bad as that. What the governor did by closing down the college, I can say it is tantamount to just throwing the baby and the bathing water away. Agree, there were some issues in the college, and it was purely administrative. It was purely managerial problem. Now, I want to ask...
But you will agree with me that some of the staff or members of staff, involved in this layoff were part and parcel of the management cadre of the academic.
You are very correct. What we are saying in essence is that what is the business of a cleaner to financial misappropriation in a college? What is the business of a gardener in financial misappropriation of an institution. What the government should have done was to handle the people that were found culpable. Because there was, before the closure, there was a committee headed by Right Honorable His Excellency Philip Shuaibu, the Deputy Governor of the state. And he came up with a report. Certain people were indicted. The management were indicted.
Like a recommendation.
A recommendation. There was a recommendation. The recommendation by the Philip Shuaibu-led committee, the Deputy Governor, was that the college should be closed for a period of 3 months. So that those people that were found culpable could be punished, or according to the law.
And 3 months.
And 3 months after, as it have turned out to 4 years. You know what that means to in a society where
in order to cut the long story short, in order to quickly touch on the various issues that have affected College of Education Igboyaki thus far, College of Agriculture Igboyaki. Sorry. Pardon my error. What are the steps that you, the staff members, have taken since the closure? Because you people already feel badly mistreated. So what are the steps that you have taken in the events leading up to this moment?
As a civilized people and law-abiding citizen, the first step we took was to write a letter to the governor, to the governments, appealing that they should temper justice with mercy. That he should not throw the baby and the bathing water away. That there are procedures that the edict established the college stated that the staff can be sacked.
Okay, so you approached
the government on that edict.
Okay.
That is only when a panel is set up and the staff, so to say, is invited to that panel and is found culpable, that staff can be sacked. And we communicated such to the government. The government wrote back to us that the college remain closed, that he wants to restructure it, that after he have restructured it to a world-class college, that we can reapply.
Was there a duration?
There was no duration. It was only Philip Shuaibu-led committee that recommended 3 months. Okay. But the 3 months have turned out to be almost 4 years
so
now.
The governor's statement
was ambiguous because there was no time frame.
No specific
time frame to it. Now, having replied us on that letter that we can reapply, we were wondering how can somebody that put 10 years, 15 years, 20 years on an established
so it wasn't a transparent process.
No, we are not casual staff. We are established staff, so to say. And there are
civil servants.
We are public servants.
Yeah.
There are modus operandi in which you can lay off civil servant or public servant's appointment or job, which the governor, who I know is law abiding, did not follow that due process.
Public servant.
He's the number one public servant. He didn't follow that due process. He just came and said our services are no longer required. I can tell you, I have a letter stating how we were sacked. The letter.
This is the letter.
This is the letter.
Yeah. Here is the letter. Right. So this is the letter from the then or signed by the then commissioner on behalf of the Edo State government, laying off all members of staff, academic and non-academic. Am I correct?
Yes.
Of the College of Agriculture Igboyaki and its annex campus located in Igboyaki.
Now let me just read part. Restructuring of the College of Agriculture Igboyaki. I am directed to refer to the above mentioned subject and to inform you that following the restructuring of the College of Agriculture Igboyaki and its subsequent closure, government has decided that your services are no longer required with effect from 31st January 2018. 2. You are requested to hand over all government property in your possession to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources immediately. Furthermore, I am to add that in line with your term of engagement, which is not true, your check for 2018 monthly salary with 1 month in lieu of notice is here.
What exactly is not true?
What is not true is that this what he said further that I am that he want to give us 1 month salary and 1 month in lieu of notice as a condition for our engagement is not true. That is not the condition for our engagement.
No, but was he true to his word? Or what the government?
He paid us 1 month,
true
1
to their
month,
word?
1 month and 1 month in lieu of notice, which is approximately what 2 months salary. After which we have not been paid.
So which in effect is January and February 2018.
That's what he paid us since then.
Prior to January and February 2018, were you paid up to date up until December 2017, despite the school being under lock and key?
The subvention were released and were paid till date. Although the management then was shortchanging us.
Till date means that's a story for another day. Till date means up until January 2018, before you collected that
letter. Yeah,
okay.
We were paid to that date.
All right.
You asked me what did we do? We did not, after writing that letter, when we saw that the response from the government was not encouraging, we went to National Industrial Court, Akure. Aganibode went because they were sacked differently. College of Agriculture, Igoriaki, went on 2
they were sacked differently, but around the same period of time.
Maybe 4 or 5 months later, they were sacked. Now we went on to Industrial Court Akure. I want to announce to you for free, sir, that we have gotten judgment against the state government. And one of the judgment was given July 2nd, 2019, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Up to now, the governor have not deemed it necessary to implement the judgment. The industrial court judge, in her judgment, said that the closure was illegal. That the government should open the college immediately. Immediately was underlined, was highlighted. That academic activity should resume for the sake of the students who have been locked out from study.
So was the judgment obeyed?
The judgment have not been obeyed up to now. And I want to also announce to you for free that there is no even single building in the college again. The government went and removed all the roof.
Bulldozed
the place, removed all the roof. And to our greatest surprise, our books and laptops that were inside our college, because our hope, our anticipation when we left the college was that the college would be reopened after the restructuring. We left some of our belongings there. And it also, based on the circumstances.
So you were caught off guard?
Yes. When the roof were removed from the college, people vandalized the place and removed our belongings. Water drained our laptops and our books. That is the story that we have we faced on that closure.
Thank you very much, Comrade Mariam Martin. Comrade Pastor Bobson Odige, in the last 5 or 6 months, we have been having feelers, right? Of course, we have been hearing, but we don't base our information, right, or our investigation on hearsay. But we have been hearing from the grapevine. Maybe that's a veritable or verifiable source that you guys have been making steps, the legal process of redress. So what have you done so far as a unified body?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Before I answer that, I promised that I was going to quickly say something about the closure of the college and why I said it could be best described as a stress. Now, let me address that area. In an environment, certain things happen, and virtually everything that happens in an environment could best be described as, a stimulus. You understand? Stimulus. You understand? So that closure itself was like a boat. It was a boat from the blue, a sudden and unexpected occurrence. So it happened, and it brought everybody, every staffer in that college in a situation that I can, describe as a catastrophe. in psychology and medicine, stress is a very important subject. If I describe the sack itself as a stress, I could be very, very correct because the government, announced that they were going to restructure
It had
the
a
college
psychological effect.
and that we were going to hear from them. And a couple of days later, what we heard was that the college had been closed down. So we weren't prepared for it. That alone became a catastrophe of a kind. So, in stress, there is this author, David G. Myers, in his book, Exploring Psychology, 7th edition, he categorized stress into three types. Catastrophe, the first one he categorized as what? As a catastrophe. The other one he categorized as, daily nuisance. And the other one he categorized as what? As a daily hassle.
All
So
right.
now,
Let's speed it up.
This where I describe this very first this action as catastrophe is that it was an event of a large scale event, which brought everybody under one umbrella of that sack. And since then, a lot of persons have not been able to recover from that shock. Of course, when something happens,
Some have met their untimely death.
yes, that's where I'm going. When something like this happens, not everybody will be able to adapt.
For time's sake,
Yeah.
because time
For-
is nobody's
for time's-
friend.
yeah.
Let us know what you have done this year, the current state of affairs regarding seeking legal redress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Recently, we, not too long ago, a group of us approached the National Industrial Court. Again, after the first
Was
judgment.
the earlier judgment set aside? What happened?
It wasn't set aside. Since we have been expecting that one to be attended to by the state government, and that one is still delaying. So we had to, come together as a group and also to
Mount
fight
pressure.
mount pressure on the governor and the state government. So that one has its own prayers anyway. That second part of the court case has its own prayers. So one of such prayers is that the issue of, lack of qualification should be addressed. It's one of our prayers. So we have been able to see that we are qualified and nobody should say we are not qualified.
All right.
So, and we are going smoothly in that direction to ask for justice at the National Industrial Court. Though it has not been
Is
easy.
judgment imminent?
It's imminent. It's close at hand. So for somebody or people who have not been gainfully employed as they used to be for a period of 4 years now, pursuing a case of such magnitude
yeah.
and importance is something that is not very easy. So we are believing God that justice will be served. We are believing God that we will get the justice.
How are you dealing with the financial implications? Because we know not many lawyers can take on cases pro bono.
Thank you very much for this question once again. There is this adage that united we stand, divided we fall. And we thank God for the determination that we have, people who are in that
The resolve.
in that group. We have been united in the cause of pursuing this justice. So with unity, we believe we can get results. And that is what we stand for. We want justice and we are going to get the justice. So we are united. We, tax ourselves. We pay, contributions, and we sacrifice our time and every other resources just to see that we get justice. And Thank God for the lawyer we have. He has been a man who is sympathetic, a man who is kind, a man
who is understanding,
who has understanding, and he has never embarrassed us, and we believe he will not embarrass us.
All right.
So
thank you very much, Comrade Pastor Bobson Odige. Concluding remarks, Comrade Emmanuel Murphy.
Yeah, I am of the opinion that freedom is not a free commodity offered in oppressed. It is a shiny trophy, a special reward for struggle and sacrifices.
And it is something you have to
earn. It's something you have to earn. That is why we have put much resources in this struggle. Because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. What the state government have done to Edo State College of Agriculture, Goriaki and Agani with the campus by abruptly terminating their future career, by removing their name from the Edo State College of Agriculture payroll and making us unemployed is tantamount to injustice. And many people know the governor as somebody that likes justice. I want to use this opportunity to beg of him. If he is ill-advised, he should reconsider his step and do the needful for the benefit of mankind. Because the day he was swearing oaths of office as the state governor of Edo State, he swore an oath to cater for the welfare of Edolites. And the people he has terminated their job, they are Edolites. Terminating their job is like killing them slowly, what the English people call euthanasia. Is killing us slowly. Every day of our life is like not meaningful any longer because...
But it isn't euthanasia if it is without your consent. It isn't euthanasia if it is without the consent of your loved ones.
I use the word simile, like. It's like euthanasia. It is killing us slowly. I want to announce to you, if I want to tell you the number of staff that have died of avoidable death, there are many. One that is still very fresh in my mind is one of our comrades, Mrs. Bessie Ojemere. She was...
It is actually pronounced Ojamie.
Ojamie. She was a dogged fighter in this group. She put all her resources to ensure that justice is served. But unfortunately, the cold hand of death snatched her away. Perhaps that death would have been avoidable if she had the resources to go to the hospital and do the needful to her health. I want to also announce to you, Mr. Ohis, you know, when you don't have resources, your consumption, your food is lack of quality. And once you do not eat well, there is what we call malnutrition. And when there is malnutrition, you are dying gradually. That is why it is popularly said that what you eat has a way of surviving you. For us now, because of what the state government have done, many of us are not eating well. I was fatter than this before, but I have slimmed down. Bobson, my brother, was more robust than this. It is courtesy of the state government to be passing through this stress.
Thank you very
much.
And
I want to urge the governor to make sure that he rescind this decision. It is not too late to do that.
All right.
Thank you very much.
But there's a legal maxim that says justice delayed is justice denied. All right. Your final words.
Well, I want to state here clearly that in a sane society, just like we have in Edo State, there is bound to be, crises, differences, just because humans are living in such places. But resolution of conflicts, resolution of, differences is something that we should all watch out for and do with sincerity of purpose. Is something that we should do without, being biased, because justice is important. It's as important as life. Justice is as important as life. So just as everybody struggles to keep living, people should struggle to get justice. So what has happened in Edo State College of Agriculture has happened, and we want justice, and we will get justice. Just to add to what Comrade Martin said, the number of persons that have died so far. When I just thought about it a couple of days ago, I discovered that not fewer than 16 persons that I know in that college have lost their life following
Isn't
this.
that a bit exaggerated?
It's not.
16.
Not fewer than 16.
And you have
Of course. But
proof.
yes, of course.
Irrefutable.
Yeah, both Aganibode and Iguara campuses.
16
You understand?
in
So
less
if
than
you
4 years.
yes, if you take that average, that's an average of about 4 deaths per year.
Mm.
2 deaths in 6 months. 1 death in 3 months,
In a
which is
population of
90
about
days.
250.
You see? So such is an unpleasant situation. It's alarming. We don't want anything of such, and we want justice. And the people of Edo State law about justice, we believe that with God we will get justice. And the college, even if the college is reopened now, and we believe that someday it will be reopened, there are some persons, when you look at a situation like this, there are losses, there are gains. Some persons have been able to, overcome
Cushion the effect.
the challenges, and they are doing pretty well. Others have not been able to recover from the shock, and it's just life.
All right.
Two-sided.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
comrades. And I am very happy to have you guys. Hopefully, the Edo State government will do the needful. We will ensure that the cries and yearnings of lecturers and students of the College of Agriculture, Igoriaki, and its annex campus in Agunibode head, listen to, and appropriate steps are taken. Thanks, guys. It's Ohis Boreme, Outburst with Ohis. Yet another episode. Take care of yourselves, and thanks for your support thus far.
Thank you, sir.